Well, howdy, y'all.
Good morning.
And welcome to another week of wild and wacky chit-chats with the twins in January on the 13th, 2021, and it is raining out here. It is so crazy.
It is, and so sorry you're getting a nice close-up shot of me, but I gotta cover the
Kara's protecting the camera
here.
and the microphone.
Yes. Good morning, Felita.
Oh, good morning. And so we called this week's... Oh, I'm so pleased that we can see your comment. Good morning, ladies.
Yay.
We called this week's episode... What did we call it? Beyond the Box. Beyond the Box. Which really was inspired by a conversation that Kara and I had this weekend when I don't know how it all started. We were just like expanding, like we had dropped our walls and barriers and we were expanding like into the infinite space of being. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
And good morning, Danielle. And I don't know if like while you did it, like you were expanding out. Good morning, mamas and maybe dad.
Good morning, gal.
And Leanne.
Hi.
And okay, so I don't know if you were like, how did it happen where you were all of a sudden you tried to expand and then you realized the walls that were...
Well, basically, I took myself out to as far as I could, as far as I allowed my reality to be, and I realized all the shit I was choosing, and it made me want to throw up, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
It was weird. I've never seen it that way, and it was... And to realize that we are choosing everything in our lives. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, apparently I can make a few new choices here.
So, like, one of the things that I've heard, like, through Access Consciousness, which if you've never heard of Access Consciousness or the clearing statement that we're going to use, you can look up accessconsciousness.com and theclearingstatement.com. Good morning, Louie. And I think it was Dane here. I think he talks about it in Being You, Changing the World, where he says, like, you are a drop in the ocean and you are also the ocean. So we're made up of energy. So if you actually try to look where you end, you can't find that end, because everywhere you look, there you are. Truly, as an infinite being, everywhere you look, there you be. So even right now, just practice lowering your walls and barriers. And then imagining the little molecules surrounding your skin. And then pushing out in every direction, out of the front side of you, out of the back side, up through your head, down through your feet, out the sides. And feeling like the whole room that you're in, or the town. And filling the country with you, pushing in every direction, filling the earth, including down through the earth and out into the universe. And still, while you are out there in the universe, can you find the edge of where you end? And so really, everywhere you look, there you are. And so we have infinite choice and infinite possibilities, and we have access and abundance to all things if we're willing to ask. But the thing is that we're not willing to ask. What we like to do is put ourselves in this box of conclusions and points of views and beliefs and definitions of who we are. And when we do that, and when we create all these things, all these definitions, all of these ways that we're supposed to be in the world, you know, all the ways that people expect us to be, when we do that, we put up these barriers. And what that does is it blinds us to everything else that is available for us to receive from the abundant universe. So anything this is bringing up and letting down in your world, here comes the clearing statement. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond.
Felt like we're at the horse races there, and here comes the clearing statement. I don't know why I thought that.
Oh, that felt so light. And so truly, you guys, like it's so annoying, actually.
It is.
And it gets so old so fast and so quickly now, because it's like everything that is happening to you right now, this is gonna piss you off. You have chosen it somehow, not consciously, but just out of the limited points of views and the limited beliefs. And like, I know I shared this example in La Resistance this morning, which, by the way, if you're not in our private group, La Resistance, come on over. We are starting a new 30-day challenge for free next week sometime.
We're really organized.
Yeah. And one of the places that I have limited myself for years, 21 to be exact, and have fought and have resisted and have reacted to, and Mom and Dad, you can attest to it, and all the tears and drama and trauma of me being a nursing student and thinking, I can't do this, why is this happening to me, all of the places I went victim to it all, and then becoming a nurse and like just hating it all the time, fighting it, being scared for my life half the time, and like it just being something that was really heavy. And then lately that's all started to shift and change with our last 30-day question that we're just about done. And it's really like looking at your work or your job and defining it as work instead, when you could just choose it to be light and expansive and joyous and call it play, no matter what's happening. So I've had some really crazy days at work that in the past I would have gone to such victim over and anger and frustration and rage.
Why? Why is this happening to me?
And just mad at everyone and everything around me. And then I realized that those were my beliefs. Those are my limited points of views. Those are my choices. And that really can piss you off when you realize you've been choosing it. Because why would I choose that?
Yeah.
It's not about going into why. It's not about trying to figure it out. It's not about making yourself wrong for any of it. It's by acknowledging that you are aware of what you have chosen, and then you can choose something greater.
And that's one of, I think, the most beautiful things that I've got out of Access Consciousness, is that it doesn't matter why we chose what we chose. It doesn't matter why anyone is choosing what they're choosing. It's like people just choose what they choose because they choose what they choose. And when we can become aware of that, we don't have to stay stuck in that energy of trying to figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And being in just total allowance of yourself, and not always making yourself wrong. Like, it just makes me want to smack myself upside the head for constantly, like I was saying too, like, you're inspired in the moment. And so you just let down your walls and barriers, and you just truly be you. You just like scream to the world who you are.
And in that 10 seconds, it feels amazing.
And it's true for you. It's light. It's expansive. And then all of a sudden, which is funny because who does this belong to? All of a sudden, you go into such wrongness, such judgment, such regret, like, I'm such an idiot. Why did I say that? Why did I do that? Now this person's gonna think I'm crazy. Now they're gonna think I'm wrong. Now they're gonna tell everybody what I said, and I'm just gonna be ridiculed and judged, and I am such a loser, and blah, blah, and like all these self-sabotaging things we constantly say to ourselves.
Fun, isn't it?
Fun, really fun. We keep ourselves in this little box to be average, normal, and real like everybody else. Well, how is that working out? It's not for me anymore. It's not for me anymore. And I wonder, if it is for you. And I wonder what else could be way more fun and way more light and way more expansive. And one of the sayings and one of the tools that I would like to share with you today, which you've probably heard before, and if you were on La Resistance, I probably said it so many times that you wanted to punch me in the face, is all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. And if you say that, and if you trust that what you are demanding will show up for you, it will.
And you know what I find funny about it? Because yesterday that was my challenge for any time I tried, or any time I was about to go into trauma and drama or into trying to figure things out, I challenged myself that I was going to replace it with all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. And what I discovered was all of the places that I didn't want to choose ease and joy and glory yesterday. And it's like, that's okay too, but just know that you're choosing it. Because I'm like, I don't want to say that because I want to be miserable right now, you know?
And what if that is your ease and joy and glory? You know, like, what if you're not wrong for any of the choices that you make?
Yeah.
Really wonder. And I listened to your thing this morning and I was like, yeah, like, if you need to write it down, if you need to put it on a sticky note, if you need to say it with other people, you know, put it on a clearing loop, do that and just demand that. And like I said at work, it was so busy that in the past, like, I would have just really wanted to walk out and start crying. And maybe even did cry a little bit in the corner or in the bathroom or whatever, you know, and just overwhelmed by life and everything that was happening to me, like everything that I was victim to. And Monday, I'm like, no, this is not happening again. And like, it was like everything like crowded in around me, like this intense energy. And I was like resisting and reacting to it. And I was like, I'm not going to lose it. I'm not going to lose it. And then I was like, oh, I'm choosing this too. Okay, what if I can just drop everything? Okay. And I did. Like, I remember sitting in the report room and it was just tense as all can be. And I was just like, let down your walls and barriers. Let down your walls and barriers. All of life comes to me. I'm like sitting listening to the report. All life comes to me. And like the report was so long and there was just so much crap going on. And then everybody was in my face. Like, it was like, you know, when you feel like you're getting pulled in every direction and everybody wants a piece of you, everyone requires you to be there for them and do something for them. So I had to get potent at times and I had to just like be me and not worry about being judged by being loud and being in charge and just making choices and making things happen.
Sometimes you gotta be Charles in charge.
Yeah, totally. And the day just flowed. You know, it just came with ease and joy.
Imagine that.
What were we talking about that change is constant?
Change is the only constant. You know, we're always looking for something to define who we are and who we be and to make us feel normal and whatever. But what if change is the only true constant in our life?
Yeah. And so what that
finding
really,
comfort in all the change that's going on in the world.
And so that demands that you take yourself out of definition. You know, like, this is the way I always do things. If you can take that away, then you can be totally willing to receive everything that's showing up in your life, like with everything with the coronavirus, you know, like, and all of the rules and all of the things that are put in place. And like all the places that much of the world is choosing to resist and react to, or align and agree to, and be the victim to. It's like if you are just willing to start each day anew and not have a point of view about who you are and how you have to handle situations and how you have to talk to people and all of it. Like if you can just start the day brand new and tear away all of your beliefs, all of your points of views, then you get to choose truly your own happiness, and you get to choose how the day will show up. So even if you wake up and something bad happens, you can choose to let that ruin your whole entire day, or you can choose something different. And that just expands you beyond all of these walls. But if you are just like, nope, my day is gonna suck. Those are those walls. Those are those barriers that keep you in there. While there could be this glorious little meadow, like, waiting there, like, just calling your name, and you're just like, can't hear a thing because this is the only thing and the only way that it can be.
I like to choose that sometimes.
And we all
not gonna lie.
And it's not wrong.
Good morning, Kelly, and good morning, Cindy.
Oh, good morning.
How are you guys doing this fine Wednesday?
So beyond the box. Beyond the box is an uncomfortable place.
It is an uncomfortable place, and truly, like, I know we've said this before, but how psychic are you truly? Like, I know I woke up this morning feeling so much heaviness within me, and it can be so easy to just be like, well, that must be mine. But what if we are just feeling all the weight of the world? Because let's face it, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and it can be really easy to define yourself as those feelings that you're feeling in your body.
And if you want to hang on to that, it's okay. Like, what if you weren't wrong for it? Like, what if that was like just an energy that has shown up in your world so that you can lean into it, so that you can make another choice? And maybe it takes a day where you're just like experiencing all these heavy energies so that you can be aware of them, so that you can choose beyond that, because you're done with the bullshit of it, and not judging yourself that you're not feeling happy and joyous and expansive and magical every single moment. Because, like you said, change is the constant, So we're going to be moving and shifting through all sorts of energies all of the time. And so what if that's not wrong?
And what if those heaviest spaces are the places that are going to create dynamic change in your life? So how much gratitude can we really have for all those places that make you so mad?
Exactly.
What if you could lean into those spaces?
And what if you didn't need to be validated by anybody else? Like, what if you were never right or wrong? What if nothing was ever real or true? That is just like all these little points of views that you have just like slapped onto yourself and made a part of you and covered yourself up from. What if you could start to chip away at all of that and just shed those layers and layers of unconsciousness that have kept you here? And what if you could this reminds me of when we took our first foundation, how what we envisioned was like ourselves galloping on these horses and just beyond mediocrity, beyond the walls, beyond the barriers, and just galloping away.
We catapulted over one of the largest barriers of all time and landed on the other side on these horses, and it was just like, hold on to your horses.
Yeah, and it felt
she's a wild ride,
right? Like, it was so unknown and
uncomfortable, yet exciting and
exhilarating and thrilling, beyond the box.
Beyond the box.
And so we actually would like to invite any of you in the Davidson area, actually, no, not even just in the Davidson area, but online too, is we are hosting a foundation class next weekend, not this weekend,
Is
but
it really?
next weekend already. For Katherine Oster, she's an access consciousness facilitator. Kara and I, this will be our third foundation class. And it's learning all of these really amazing tools that allow you to start really just stripping away these layers and breaking down the foundation that you have created, all these walls and barriers that you've created, and start to really look at, do you still want them there? And what else could you choose? And what do you really truly desire? Because do you know what you truly desire? Like, that was a place where I was just like, I don't know what I want, and it's not about like, I want this to show up this way, I want to have this job, I want to have this amount of money. But it's like, I choose happiness.
Yeah, that's pretty much been my ask for everything, because it's easy and it seems fun. It's like, what do you want? I just want to be happy. Yeah. I want to be happy, because this trauma and drama that I keep choosing, yeah,
it ain't working
no more. And the foundation class, it's intense. It's 4 straight days, and it will push your buttons. It just might push your buttons. And so if you're looking for something to really like catapult you over the self-sabotaging and whatnot, I highly recommend it.
And I don't know if you guys saw last week, I had posted a couple of testimonials, one of Kara and I for Katherine, and then I had one from Glenise Hughes. If you're just like, what do you mean? I just need a little more. We go into that further in those videos. I'll repost them. You do need to have your access bars. It's a prerequisite to foundation. But you know what? No matter if you show up for this foundation, there are access bars classes all around the world. There are foundation classes all around the world. And we just invite you to check that out if that's something that sounds like up your alley, because if you're truly looking for some intense presence and like really getting in your face and really taking a really good look at your life and demanding that it show up with ease and joy and glory, then those are 2 really amazing avenues to get started and to provide you with some amazing tools, simple, practical, pragmatic tools that you can use that will just open your eyes to a whole new world. Truly. And Kara and I are starting, like I said, our next 30-day question in our free private group, La Resistance. And this question is one that we've personally done before, and we're ready to do it again. And we want you to come along if you're ready and you're willing to start to shift and change your life and pull into your world the things you truly desire.
If you're looking for that little nudge, you just might want to join us.
And you are cordially invited.
Yes.
So, beyond the box, are you ready? Are you ready to step up, to show up, to be willing to choose for you beyond all of the expectations, the projections, the judgment, the limitation, the definitions, beyond all of that? If you could just again, expand into that infinite space of being and know that there's more ease available. If you could just really not have to feel that tensity feel that resistance and that reaction and that just like want to cry and pull your hair out and like nothing is ever going to get better and we're never going to go back to normal and things are never going to be the same. Like, what if that is an amazing gift?
Oh, and I feel your pain, because truly I did wake up that way this morning. I just wanted to lay on the floor and just cry my head off. So I feel your pain. And it's okay to stay there as long as you need. And then when you're ready, you just dust yourself off and you get back up.
And you keep moving forward fearlessly.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a little rocky. And sometimes that little bit of rockiness is exactly what you needed to get to greater spaces of lightness.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know what time we got here, but
close.
I think we're going to wrap her up here and we're going to do healing sessions on each other today.
Yes, my body is screaming for some Reiki love or something like that.
And so truly honor your body and ask your body today, what do you require? And get a healing session, because all of the shit that we have bought is real and true. All of these like things that we think are ours, even though 99% of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions aren't ours, we take them into our bodies, we make them solid, we make them real, we make them true, and they hurt us. Like, they hurt our sweet bodies, and we have all sorts of ailments because of it. So please listen to your body.
Do something really nice for you today.
Yeah.
Leanne says, I don't want to do people today either. I hear you, Leanne. It's okay. Rawr, rawr.
Yeah.
That's why I have this line here in my forehead, because sometimes I just want to be mad.
And that's totally
awesome.
okay. It's awesome.
How does it get any better?
I truly wonder. So thank you for joining us for another week of wild and wacky chit-chats with the twins. And we will post the link for Foundation. We will post the link for La Resistance. Join us if you are ready to step up and show up for you. And we'll see you around here another day.
Bye-bye.